After putting out the video on modest women's dress, I got this question regarding pants. Pants touches on two different issues. One, a possible Torah prohibition, and then a rabbinic prohibition regarding women's dress. Let's deal with both of them. The Torah says a man may not wear women's clothing and a woman may not wear man's clothing, so that it should be abomination before Hashem. The Talmud says it's only going to be an abomination if they do it specifically to intermingle with the other gender. The rabbinic prohibition is that even if they're doing it not to mingle with the other gender, but to do a practice or wear something that is from the other gender, so that is also prohibited. Rambam says this goes based on local custom and it's very subjective. Ramah agrees and also says that a woman may not do it unless local custom allows it and it's a subjective standard. What about more recent custom and more recent halachic authorities? The strictest authority says that even though pants has now become the custom for women to wear, since for a very long time it was only for men, it's still considered men's wear. The prohibition still applies. Prohibition is not lifted just because women can now wear pants. The argument against this is severalfold. Firstly, men really only wore pants for the past few hundred years. For 5,000 years in history, they wore robes, tunics, and skirts. Are you going to say that a man can wear a skirt now in these days because for 5,000 years men were allowed to wear tunics and skirts? Clearly, I think he would argue that a man wearing a skirt would violate the prohibition. So therefore, if a man now wearing a skirt, which has become women's garb, would not be allowed, so then if pants become women's garb, then why shouldn't it be allowed? Also, based on his logic, women should not be allowed to wear leggings and tights. Sure, it'll be underneath the skirt, but at least it should violate the rabbinic prohibition of wearing something that is customarily for men. Because for, again, 5,500 years in history, men wore leggings and tights. And a matter of fact, in the Middle Ages, men wore leggings and tights exclusively. So just because now it became the custom for women to wear leggings and tights, even under a skirt. Again, we're not talking about tznius. Based on his logic, it should be prohibited for a woman to wear leggings and tights, and I don't see any authority saying that a woman should not be allowed to wear leggings and tights. A minor view would be that women would be allowed to wear pants for protection from the elements or for comfort, but it would have to be under the skirt because it would violate tznius reasons. If you look at the Ramah, he says that on Purim, a woman is allowed to wear men's clothing. Now, he lived in Krakow, Poland in the 1500s. In the 1500s, leggings and trousers were common for men, especially for the working men. So therefore, if a woman wanted to put on men's clothing for Purim, he said it's allowed. He does not say it would violate any sort of tznius laws. As far as tznius laws, as we discussed in other videos, the main thing for a woman regarding her legs is showing her thighs, because that would lead a man who's saying Shema to think about her personal areas. Pants, though, is much more tznius than a skirt in many ways, because number one is it actually is covered. The prohibition of not saying Shema is in front of actual nakedness. When a woman's leg is covered, it's covered. And if it's regular fitted pants, not super tight leggings or tights, then it covers the leg, and also, unlike a skirt, it cannot ride up, it cannot blow, it cannot move around, and therefore it actually gives a lot better coverage. Many authorities allow women to wear pants not to violate lo yilbosh, and they'll say that they can wear pants for pajamas, they can wear leggings, they can wear tights, as long as if it's not in public, it's not in front of men, because it does not violate lo yilbosh, but it does violate tznius. So therefore, when we're looking at pants, now we have a lot of authorities that say a woman can wear pants, and it's not the violation of do not wear opposite gender's clothing, and it would not violate tznius if it's a right pair of pants. Finally, pants is not a men's garb. While in society some have a stereotype that men wear pants and women wear skirts, women wear pants everywhere, in the office workplace, in casual dress, to fancy occasions, everywhere. In matter of fact, you go to a department store, you will find an entire section dedicated to women's clothing, and it will feature pants. Therefore, pants is no longer a man's clothing, but in that local custom, it's okay for women to wear pants. Pants is something made specifically for women, and therefore it would not violate neither the Torah prohibition nor the rabbinic prohibition of wearing the clothing of opposite gender. Any questions? Let me know.